earlier tonight I was accused of being the cheater among everybody tonight because I'm here to show you a video and not to talk the whole time. But I hope that you'll enjoy the change of pace. And to give you a little background, at NOAA Fisheries, I'm one of two people that work up at the Sandpoint campus. And we do videos for NOAA Fisheries in the headquarters office back east. And we do videos primarily about science, but about everything from aquaculture to fisheries management to habitat restoration. We cover the whole gamut of things at NOAA Fisheries. Tonight we're going to show a video about harbor seal monitoring in Puget Sound featuring one of our very own NOAA scientists. This is a story that we picked up because it was just opportunistic for us here in the Pacific Northwest and local for us for to be able to get out to the site really easily, and an invitation from Harriet Huber, who is the star of the show. So without further ado, here we go.
I'm Harriet Huber, and I'm a wildlife biologist for NOAA's Alaska Fisheries Science Center. I've been studying harbor seals in Puget Sound for over 20 years in collaboration with the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife. Harbor seals in Puget Sound have had a challenging history. There was a state-financed bounty on seals in Washington and Oregon, so they were hunted because they were considered competitors with fishermen. Fishermen hoped that having fewer seals around would allow fish numbers to increase. Despite the end of the bounty in 1960 and protection from Washington State, by the early 1970s there were only about 2,000 to 3,000 harbor seals in the whole state of Washington. In 1972, the Marine Mammal Protection Act passed, and it became illegal to kill any marine mammal. And so the harbor seal population started increasing, and it's my job to monitor this recovery. We've got 81 total, with 19 pups just in that middle group over there on Gertrude. Okay, we'll go count the rest of them from the McNeil Island blind. We have marked animals out here that we've been marking since 1993, and we've been following them ever since then. We're doing a life history study of harbor seals out here, and it's the first time there's been a long-term study of harbor seals with permanent marks. I do all of my observations from the blind, which is 30 feet up in the air, and it gives us a really good view of the animals because we can see them from above. We're looking across at Gertrude Island, which has the largest group of harbor seals in South Puget Sound. So I'm trying to read the marks that are on the animals. And sometimes they're very clear, and sometimes the animal is either wet or the light isn't very good. Sometimes it's hard to read them, so I have to wait a while until they turn over or their fur dries out. 549 is one of our females, and she has a pup this year. Because we've been continually monitoring this population since 1993, we know that she's at least 10 years old, and she's been seen on Gertrude Island with a pup for the last 2 years. I've seen a lot of pups born. There are probably 90 pups out here today. Some of them are very young. You can still see the umbilical cord on it. We've learned that female harbor seals can have pups up to at least age 25, and males can live to be at least 20 years old. The long-term aspect of this research allows us to see how long harbor seals live, when females start giving birth, survival rates at each age class, and more broadly, the population status of harbor seals today. And I'm happy to say that thanks to the Marine Mammal Protection Act and Washington state law, the harbor seal population has recovered and leveled off to a point we call the carrying capacity. We counted 30,000 in our last full census. We continue to monitor harbor seals to find out what factors regulate marine mammal populations at carrying capacity, and because they're an indicator of the health of the Puget Sound ecosystem.
Harriet was invited to come tonight. Sorry she couldn't be here to help answer questions about the research, but I'll be happy to answer where I can. And also, if you're interested in seeing more of our films, go to the NOAA Fisheries YouTube page or the NOAA Fisheries homepage, and there's a video gallery there where you can see the rest of our work.